The Battle of the Eastern Solomons, fought from August 24 to 25, 1942, was a significant naval engagement during the early months of the Pacific War, taking place in the waters near the Solomon Islands. It was part of the broader Solomon Islands campaign, a series of battles aimed at halting Japanese expansion and securing key positions in the Pacific. The battle was a crucial part of the Allied effort to protect the newly established airfield at Henderson Field on Guadalcanal, a strategic location in the fight for control of the Solomon Islands. Strategic context. After the successful Allied landing on Guadalcanal in August 1942, the Japanese launched efforts to recapture the island and its critical airstrip, Henderson Field. The Battle of the Eastern Solomons was fought as part of this larger struggle for control of the island, as both sides sought naval superiority to support their ground operations. The Japanese aimed to reinforce their forces on Guadalcanal, while the Allies sought to protect their position on the island and prevent further Japanese reinforcements. The battle began on August 24, 1942, when a Japanese carrier task force, commanded by Vice Admiral Chuchi Nagumo, launched air strikes against the Allied position. The Japanese hoped to destroy the Allied fleet and prevent any further supply lines from reaching Guadalcanal. The Allied fleet, under the command of Rear Admiral Frank Jack Fletcher, responded by deploying aircraft from their aircraft carriers, including the USS Enterprise and USS Saratoga. Both sides engaged in fierce air and naval combat, with Japanese bombers targeting Allied ships, while Allied aircraft launched counterattacks against the Japanese fleet. The battle's most significant action occurred when the Allies succeeded in sinking the Japanese light carrier Ryujo, which was part of the Japanese task force. In addition, the Allies damaged the Japanese aircraft carrier Soryu and several other ships. While the Allies sustained some damage, including the loss of several aircraft and the damage to the USS Enterprise, they achieved a tactical victory by forcing the Japanese fleet to retreat. The loss of the Ryujo significantly weakened Japan's naval capabilities in the region and prevented them from achieving their objective of regaining control of the skies over Guadalcanal. Outcome and impact. The Battle of the Eastern Solomons was a strategic victory for the Allies, as it disrupted Japan's attempts to reinforce and resupply their forces on Guadalcanal. While the Allies did not completely eliminate the Japanese threat in the region, the battle marked an important step in the Allied efforts to protect Guadalcanal and halt Japan's southward expansion. The battle also highlighted the growing importance of aircraft carriers in naval warfare. Both the Japanese and Allied fleets relied heavily on airstrikes to inflict damage on each other, and the battle demonstrated how crucial control of the skies was for the success of naval operations in the Pacific. The Battle of the Eastern Solomons was followed by additional naval and air engagements, as both sides continued to contest control of Guadalcanal. The victory bolstered Allied morale and reinforced their determination to maintain their foothold in the Solomon Islands. For Japan, the loss of the Ryujo and the failure to stop Allied operations around Guadalcanal marked a setback in their efforts to secure the Pacific. While the battle was not a decisive blow that ended the Japanese threat in the region, it was a significant moment in the broader Pacific War. It marked a shift in the balance of naval power in the Solomon Islands and contributed to the eventual Allied victory in the Solomon Islands campaign, paving the way for further Allied advances in the Pacific.